This is going to be a brief overview of the neuroendocrine system. The main function of the system is to secrete hormones which will move through the blood towards a specific organ or a target cell, and it acts on that target cell to change its function. The main aim of it is to achieve homeostasis, to maintain that internal balance within the body. There's the anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary, and at the top there is hypothalamus, which has mainly, in this case, two nucleases, which would provide hormones to the posterior pituitary. And these two nucleases are called paraventricular nucleus and supraoptic nucleus. And these two nucleases produce two specific hormones called ADH and oxytocin. The main function of ADH is to retain water from urine, and this is usually stimulated by low blood volume or high blood osmolarity. And in oxytocin, the main function is uterine contractions during pregnancy, and it also dilates cervix. And these are the axons coming from those nucleuses onto the posterior pituitary. And here there are specific dilations within the axon. These dilations are known as herring bodies, and these herring bodies store ADH and oxytocin until there is a stimulus which will cause the release of this. This is a capillary system which connects hypothalamus to anterior pituitary. It's known as hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system, which moves. These capillaries' function is to move hormones from the hypothalamus onto the anterior pituitary. So all the releasing hormones which the hypothalamus produce to activate the hormones from the pituitary will be moved through this hypothalamus hypophyseal tract. An easier way to memorize hormones produced by anterior pituitary is a mnemonic known as flat peg without the E, and F is follicle stimulating hormone, then LH, then ACTH, TSH, prolactin, and growth hormone. The release of both FSH and LH are controlled by gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is produced from hypothalamus, and the hormones from anterior pituitary affects on testes and ovaries to promote several functions such as spermatogenesis, ovarian follicle development, testosterone release, and corpus luteum development. ACTH is stimulated by CRH, then it will act on adrenal gland to produce cortisol. As we know, within the adrenal gland, there are three layers: glomerulosa, fasciculata, and reticularis. It's the fasciculata layer which produce glucocorticoid, mainly cortisol. And TSH is stimulated by TRH, and TSH then acts on the thyroid to produce T3 and T4. And there's also a negative feedback loop, so if there's too much T3 and T4, this inhibits release of TSH. And TRH promotes release of prolactin, which increases milk secretion and also milk production. And with growth hormone, it increases lipolysis, protein synthesis, bone growth, gluconeogenesis. These are the main functions of growth hormone. This is caused by release of growth hormone, releasing hormone from hypothalamus. The first three are known as tropic hormones because they act on a specific endocrine organ to produce the hormones, whereas The last two, prolactin and growth hormone secretions, they are non-tropic hormones because they don't necessarily act on a specific organ. It causes direct stimulation to the cells. Growth hormone also has a tropic function when it acts on the liver to produce insulin like growth hormone.